Welcome to Class of 2025. Storytelling brought to you by Under Armour as well as Take Lot. My name is Tandolwetu Oli Zondi, the real Oli Zondi. Don't let them fool you because I'm the real Oli, the real Makoya. And today we are going to be bringing you the top 30 school athletes who were very influential and outstanding during the school year. But without any further ado, I am going to pass it to the fake Oli because, I mean, she is the fake one. So, Oli.
Thanks, Ollie number 2, because of course I'm Ollie number 1. It's time for us now to get into the swimming and water polo of it all. And I am not alone. I am joined by Lwazi Madi as well as Emma Prinsloo, both of whom have represented South Africa at the highest level. You both were at Tokyo 2020. Emma, I mean, you made it to the semi-final for 50-meter freestyle. And Lwazi, you captained the men's team for water polo that year, which is very, very exciting. Both of you, I'm so glad that you're here. How are you doing today?
Yeah, so excited to be here, Letu. Very, very excited to speak about some talented athletes that we have here.
Definitely, and it would be amazing to see them reach the Olympics as well. So we're really rooting for these youngsters that are coming through.
Exactly. They're essentially going to get to where you got to. And with that being said, let's start off with our first athlete, Jessica Thompson. She has been an absolutely outstanding swimmer to watch this season. Could you speak to that a little bit more?
Definitely. I mean, you nailed it. She's been one of the most exciting up-and-coming swimmers that we've got on the national team at the moment. And it's really, really great to see some young talent coming through. I mean, just recently at the Junior African Championships in Cairo, she was named the top performer of the entire meet. She walked away with 8 gold medals. I mean, she was just... Everyone was talking about it. It was incredible to watch her, and she broke the Junior African record in the 50-meter backstroke with a blistering 28.67 for backstroke. I mean, it was just amazing to see. And then nationally as well, just doing exceptionally well, bagging national titles, breaking records left, right, and centre. And I think the cherry on top was seeing her perform at the Junior World Championships in Romania this year. Yeah. She was just off a medal in the 50-meter backstroke. She came fourth by 3 split seconds. So it was honestly just fingernails. But she handles pressure so well. So I really think that it's just the beginning for her.
Yeah, and we're really excited to see how she's going to do at the University of Virginia. With that being said, then let's jump on over to the water polo. My swimming coach would have a fit. But either way, we're now going to talk about Tristan Ace. How did he do this season?
He has just picked up where he left off in 2024. 2025 was one of the best years I've seen Tristan Ace play water polo. He was just an absolute menace on the 2-meter line. Counter-attacks. You could literally play him anywhere, and he was everywhere. He was center forward. He was playing on the top. He was scoring goals from the top, from the center forward position, working really hard defensively as well, really helping that Hilton team achieve top heights. I think they were in the top 3 of every competition they played in this year. I think Tristan in the future will be wanting to dip his toe in that men's level. I think he's just absolutely craving that excitement of playing at that higher level, because I think now he's at that stage where he really is ready for it. So I'm really excited to see what he does in the future. Yeah,
going back to the swimming, Chris Mihailov. What a stellar name to talk about when it comes to swimming.
I mean, you can't get better than winning the Junior World Championships.
Yeah.
200-meter butterfly, he absolutely crushed it. I'm always so impressed with his maturity and his work ethic. And nationally as well, you know, he decided to opt out of the Junior African Championships. He didn't go to Cairo with the team, but he absolutely cleaned up at our Junior Nationals in Cape Town. It was amazing to see him just dominating events that he doesn't even usually swim. He's a freestyle specialist, but he's versatile. He won the 200-meter butterfly. He can do IM. He really can do it all. So it's going to be awesome to see how he goes at the University of Georgia. I know he's moving on. And I think for Jess and Chris, it's really going to be amazing to watch them shine at the NCAAs because they haven't had that typical school experience, both being online students. So to be part of a school team and racing at the NCAAs is going to be awesome to see.
Yeah, agreed. Now to jump back to the water polo, to our St. Stithians alma mater here, Lwazi. What do you have to say to our last athlete, Tori Tana-Ellis?
Oh, I just have to say I would hate to be a coach coaching against Tori. She was absolutely phenomenal in 2025. Really gave the coaches a headache in terms of what to do in terms of their attack. Yeah. She was just so strong defensively on that 2-meter line, so clever, great game, EQ. She was just everywhere. Yeah. She helped St. Stithians come first at St. Anne's. They came second at Prestige Cup. losing to Rodine, and then they also won the St.
National
Stilians.
Aquatics as well.
Yeah, National Aquatics as well. So she's clearly been there as like someone who they rely on, someone who they can place their foundations on, and she's going to be really missed by Meg Salino next year.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. Thank you both so much for joining me. This was absolutely lovely. It was nice to see how the class of 2025 with regards to the swimming and water polo have done. And with that being said, let's rerun all the names that really stood out when it came to swimming and water polo. We had Jessica Thompson, we had Tristan Ace, we had Chris Mihailov, as well as Tori Tanner Ellis.
Thank you so much, Oli, and thank you once again to your esteemed panel. A huge round of applause to all those athletes. But without any further ado, we are going to move it over to the Astro, speaking all things hockey.
You're still tuned into Supersport Schools Channel 216. It is now time for us to move on to the hockey side of things. Now listen, I've got quite the table here with me. This panel is very esteemed. We've got Hope Poloba, who is the Gaasfontein coach, and get this is everything that she does. Social media manager, social media designer, and then on top of that, she's a Griffin hockey ambassador, and so she's very in the know. And then next to her is Kristen Moodley, who is the St. Albans College senior deputy headmaster, and has all knowledge in terms of South African hockey, as he's been very involved in that for many years. Then on this side of the table, we have Sinotolo Mbegeni, otherwise known as Essex. Essex is the coach for the Northern Gauteng under-18 girls and has done a fantastic job as they made the finals for the SASHOC National Week. And sitting next to him is the coach of the year, okay? According to Hyundai Hockey on 216, this man has done it all. He has been able to take 31 matches, win 29, and draw 2. I don't know if anyone else has stats like that, but that's absolutely amazing. And then on the way, picked up the Aiken Cup. It is none other than Sia Sikyana, old boy from Dale College. How is everyone feeling being here today?
Yeah, fantastic to be part of wrapping up an incredible year of hockey. It's been great catching up with Sia, Essex, and Hope before the show, and just talking through what's been an incredible year in terms of how we've been able to move hockey forward thanks to Hockey on 216.
Definitely. We have to talk about Ulita Cray. How are we feeling about the way that he's played this season?
Ulita Cray, I think, generational talent. And when we speak of Lita, we always think of the two brothers because he's a player that's at that level, and we think he can even maybe surpass them going forward. He's got very good goal-scoring abilities. He's a drag flicker, and he's physically strong and quick.
I think incredible. You know, Lita is in a class of his own as a player. He just seems to have time on the ball. He makes space. He's the type of guy who's played in the national under-21 team, so incredible amount of experience. And amazingly enough, has still got another year in the SACS first team. I mean, you know, we were just talking about what that's going to mean for Lita and for SACS next year, but an incredible talent. I think the Western Cape has produced some incredible players in the two Kasim brothers, and I think Lita's hot in the wings to play at that level as well.
It's time for us now to jump onto the girls' side of things. We have Leah Duplessis. How do we feel about the way that she's done this season?
Very good player. I think she's had a good season playing in midfield. Performed well at Renish, being consistent for the last 2 years that she's played in the first team, if not more. Over 100 caps. She's been very good. For me, goal scorer, if you can score goals in the girls' game nowadays, you're a big asset in the team.
And besides that, she's so, like, you can play anywhere. She's played outside back, she's played outside midfielder, and as you mentioned, goal scorer, and she's someone that you want in the PCs, in the set pieces. She's definitely going to convert. So, very talented player, and I'm very excited to see where she goes. As we all know, she's heading up to under-21 national, to the Junior World Cup, so I can't wait to see how she's going to play there.
No, definitely. And Sia, what do you think about the way that Leah's done this season?
I think with all these players, the biggest thing that they have is their BMT, like being able to rise in big games. And she's also shown it a bit at the all girls, big games. And big games, need big players.
We definitely have to speak about Ethan Kapanda. Coach, I'm going to need you to keep quiet. So on this side of the table, how do you feel Ethan has done this season?
No, he's been a phenomenal player. I mean, looking at his stats and tracking him throughout the course of the year, he's only gotten better and better each year. Sorry, I have to say that, but yeah, he's a playmaker, game changer, and he's someone that you want in your team.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, what I really appreciate, and I made no bones about it on the show, that I like centre backs. I like, I think they're the generals of the team, and Ethan epitomizes all of that. He was the captain of the JP team.
Now, Coach, let's tell us some of that bias into the conversation. How do you think that Ethan did this season?
I think he was firstly a phenomenal leader.
Yeah.
I think, as Model says, we had 4 matrics this year, and he was just the leader of it all. He made my job easier, and he also scored a lot of important goals for us. And also in Ethan, I think there's a very few defenders in the country that are keen on defending. He doesn't actually mind defending the whole game.
I mean, best defender.
Like, a lot of guys are just centre backs, they ball players as defenders, but Ethan doesn't mind actually just doing the dirty work where he's just defending the whole time.
Well done, Coach. It's now time for us to chat about Abigail Holderness. Abigail has done a fantastic job this season. Hope, do you want to speak to how she's done?
Yeah, her name, I get so excited because I think she's such a talented player, and having over 100 caps for her school and over 100 goals this season alone is phenomenal. And Essex, you mentioned earlier that every team wants a goal scorer. She had a phenomenal season. She's a game changer, playmaker with her sister there in the middle. And they had a really good under-18 IPT as well, placed 4th, but through and through, one of my favorite players.
Hope touched on it at Nationals. She was a very good goal scorer in penalty corners. And I think it's something that is lacked in the game at times. If we gave away a short corner, we knew you're in trouble. She's going to put it away. And I think just a general play in terms of bringing other players into play was very good. Not just for school, but to do it at provincial level is also different. And I think most of these players, you have ability to play with new players in the national week. And for you to still stand out means you're a really good player. So she was phenomenal off the top of the circle.
Now, South African admin, let's see what she has
Not involved with that. But I think, I think we forget that she comes from DSG, who is probably, if you look at the South African hockey school circles, wouldn't be considered as one of the top 5 schools. But Abigail and her teammates there have made it. They're a team that can beat anyone in the country. And I think that's so fantastic for Makanda. I think it's incredible for Eastern Province that they're so competitive at IPT. And I don't think we quite understand the influence she's had for hockey in that town.
If I'm not mistaken, she was able to help them place 4th this year, which is absolutely outstanding.
Incredible.
And including them in the conversation, essentially. Because usually it's Gauteng. So it's nice to see that things are starting to change about. And then just to go through the names that topped the rest when it came to hockey, we had Lita Cry, and followed by him was Leah Duplessis, as well as Ethan Kapanda, and lastly, but certainly not least, Abigail Holderness. It is going to be netball that we're about to talk about. Oluchi Ndubweze to start us off. She is an absolute sharp shooter and definitely one to look out for on the attack. She is incredible under pressure in that attacking circle. Guess what? She's been in the South African schools netball setup for Gauteng for 5 consecutive years. And she is also part of the under-16 South African national side. A very promising young shooter. Remember the name, okay? Now it is time for us to go on the defensive side of things, and who else but Kimberly Amira to name. She was the best defender as well as player of the tournament at the Telkom Netball Championships. Her steals, her intercepts, no one else can do it better than she can. She is, of course, going to be a part of the under-19 squad for our national side. So really a valuable asset to have when it comes to netball. Coaches, scouts, I hope you're watching this one. She is definitely one to keep in your books. With that being said, it is time for us now to take a quick break, grab that popcorn and come right back to your seats.
and right now.
Rudiger going for glory again. Smiley, goal! Torres goes in.
Welcome back to Class of 2025. We're speaking all things hidden gems, and now we're moving over to some tennis. We're speaking about the Aranya Macy star in Donna Leroux. I mean, from the first time she picked up a tennis racket, she has been dominating in every single competition that she has participated in. I mean, she's still in high school, but she's gotten so many calls to the South African national women's team. Earlier this year in Cyprus, her and some very prospective tennis players were very influential in helping South Africa retain their spot in the 6-day Billie Jean King Cup tournament, where they helped South Africa retain their spot at the Europe-Africa Group 2. Also up in Egypt, her and the under-18 team played very well at the Africa Junior Champs, where they finished runners-up. She also led her charges in Aranya Macy's down at Cape Town at the All Girls Festival, where they came out victorious in that festival. I mean, she is known as the best player in her age group.
This next one is for all my ballers. It is time for basketball, and who other than Siyabonga Mashaba from the Elite Sporting and Cultural Academy. He did a fantastic job last season already as he made his debut in grade 10 of all things for the SA under-18 side that went all the way to Rwanda for the Afro Basket Tournament. It didn't stop there. This season, he said, let me turn things up a notch for ESCA. And there they were able to go to King Lindbro School's basketball tournament and tear the basketball court up as they were able to take that gold medal, and he walked away as MVP. Then he went all the way to KZN and became part of the under-17 Westfall Boys High Schools Stayers basketball tournament. I hope you caught all of that. And there he was part of the all-star team. It doesn't stop there. Mashaba continued on and really stepped it up in the SA under-18 side as he was part of the team that went all the way to represent us at the Giants of Africa tournament. And then, more recently, he was part of the Basketball Without Borders camp in Rwanda this year, where he was part of one of 3 elite players. And there, they named him an outstanding player to look out for. So I can tell that this is definitely a man that we want to keep our eyes on. Possibly the next LeBron James, but it's just me who thinks that. With that being said, make sure that you stay tuned right here on Class of 2025 as we bring more talents to you shortly.
Well, let's now turn our attention to the beautiful game, one of opinions, one of rivalry, but all in all, it's one that certainly brings us all together. It's a game of unity. 2025 was a spectacular year as far as development football is concerned, and that's why today we get to put the spotlight on those athletes that secondly sparkled. But it would to be very incomplete if it would just be me, so let's do it in proper football on 2-on-6 fashion. We're verifying players, so we have a verified midfielder. He's a former player, but here at Supersport, he's currently dominating as far as broadcasting is concerned. Take over Next to him, a familiar face, Mr. Kating Katong. Mabes Club's finest. Oh yeah. We had to bring the pride of Flagstaff. We have the Lexican wave, not the Mexican wave. And last but not least, he's your bestie, my bestie, but I am his bestie. Everyone's male bestie. We have an Indian champ of champs, an exciting one. And this is where we actually got to see Thiago Khan raise his name and put his name in the spotlight. Let's get into him. Panorama FC going all the way into the champ of champs.
Jeez, Thiago Khan, I think he is a special player. I mean, we know originally he's from Panorama. He went to Mamelodi Sundowns, performed when he gets to Mamelodi Sundowns, regular game time, and then he came back to Panorama, taking that spotlight, stamping his authority at the back of the pitch, and Alebo Noah Booth and everything. And also not looking at Panorama only, looking at Kuro as well. Thiago is winning the trophies there as well. Not only as a defender, but put him in the middle of in the 18-yard area as well. Those set pieces, he makes sure that he converts.
The level of consistency that you saw from Thiago Khan. I mean, looking at this psychological aspect, you would think for someone playing for a smaller team to Mamelodi Sundowns and back, you would think maybe they will lose, the rhythm and whatever, but he continues where he left it off. So for me to see someone so young but so brave taking these chances, that's very amazing for me.
Yeah. Teko, the modern day defender, what do they look like?
First of all, let's blame Pep Guardiola for that.
When we say modern day footballers.
No, we blame him for that because everybody now wants to be a footballer, wants to be comfortable on the ball. And I think we lost the essence as to then defenders becoming defenders. When Italy was Italy, you had the Matarazzis, all the top defenders playing central. So everybody now wants to be a footballer, but yet again, we need to also allow football to evolve. So now when you're a footballer, depending on what team you're playing for, based on the strategy, most of the time you're expected to play the ball from the back. And that's why it becomes important at a young age to be able to be versatile, to play all the different positions until you find your niche. So now when somebody says a 13-year-old is a centre-back, I get worried because then when did you discover that he's a centre-back? Because you need to move around a little bit. Maybe by 16, 17, they already have your own position. But at a young age, you need to play a little bit different positions so that you can, get matured a little bit quicker, fine-tune your play as well. But for a defender in South Africa, we know that we lack those a lot. We don't have many top centre-backs. That's why we have a lot of foreigners in the PSL that plays up in those type of positions. So it's very encouraging to see youngsters that have been named Defender of the Year and a South African player. You look at the height, you look at attributions as well. So we're just hoping that those players are able to be able to propel and become, whether Bafana player or actually go overseas, because that's what we've been echoing all these young players. Guys, there's an opportunity now. South Africa's on the map. Everybody's talking about South African footballers. It's an opportunity to go overseas.
Yeah, it's exciting that we get to produce our own, and Thiago Khan is certainly one that has sparkled during the 2025 season. But another player, as far as football is concerned, really raised their hand, raised the bar at only 15 years old. If you were today, Google Okuhle Sithole. Sifisa ukuthi ngingatholani?
Inkambi zami ke lezo. No, but Okuhle Sithole from Gwamakhutha Comprehensive Girls High Schools eThekwini. So Okuhle Sithole, only 15 years old, wenze i-debut yakhe kwiBanyana Banyana. It was 25 February 2025. kwiBanyana Banyana, uyayikhumbula international friendly against Lesotho. 15 kuphela. And then player of the tournament, Engine Champ of Champs, yabantu besifazane. And remember that Engine Champ of Champs, yama ladies, it's under 21. She's only 15.
Yeah.
Okuhle Sithole, under 17, Kosafa, ye girls, ukhona. Okuhle Sithole was the top goal scorer with National Schools Championship, yayidlala eStarrock Park, under 15.
Yeah. Lips?
They say when you're good enough, you're old enough. So I mean, at 15 years old, to be making your debut at the senior level, it shows the level of character she has, the maturity she has. And I normally say this, she works like a footballer. Have you seen her?
Yeah.
Like even
but work like a player.
So when you talk about Okuhle, you're talking about a complete play. And she's still very young. I mean, come on. If you're playing at the highest level now, in future,
yeah. It becomes exciting when you talk about these players because there's a player whose name is Oaheng Levesani. This is a young player all the way from the Free State. Here, there was the K Motsepe. He played 2 games, 14 goals, Reps.
That's something special. I mean, 14 goals. I mean, he assisted how many goals? 8 goals that he assisted. He scored
in
10,
one game.
In one game. He scored 10. The final score was 36-0, so you can imagine. I don't know what Riatlehile High School got baptized there by Oaheng Levesani there.
Teko, we're complaining about having strikers. Then you find out there's a striker scoring 14 goals in 2 games.
Yeah.
How do we then preserve him in the system?
Do we... look, the challenge is, in South Africa, we don't have a special coach for that position. Because position early, it's just unique by itself. Because I think as a goalkeeper and a striker, you're only being judged based on the numbers. Everywhere else, you can maneuver. Strikers, if you're a striker come end of the season, you don't have enough numbers, and then you're about midfield. Goalkeeper, if you're conceding too many, we change you. So those are unfair positions to only be judged by numbers. And in South Africa, the last time we actually had a top striker that we all raved about was Benny McCarthy, based on the numbers, as young as he was. So we're still looking forward to see us to then, can we have other strikers as well coming on to be able to play. But now that football has evolved, I think we need to have investment into then having a strikers development coach to be able to teach the youngsters as to then what is it that they need to do in and around the box. Because everybody wants to touch the ball, everybody wants to run, everyone wants to work hard, everyone wants to press. Not everybody should be able to do the same thing. I think we need to have specialized position for specialized coaches to be able to work on those youngsters to be able to become better.
Yeah, you talk about positional coaching. We know at Mamelodi Sundowns they certainly have that, and that's how we have identified Zinhle Mkhize, not just for Mamelodi Sundowns ladies, but also Parktown.
Okabazela, the vice captain. So now, I mean, I don't even know what to say, Kaine, because she's a diamond. I mean, coming on the ball, very comfortable. She's got the ability to look and pass, the way Linkating, the mentality she's got as a player, a very young player also, playing for one of the biggest teams, Mamelodi Sundowns. For you to have that mentality, to have that consistency, I think that's why I let them listing.
Dego, we're saying all these female footballers, we want to keep them, women's development, as to where it was yesteryear and where we are today.
I guess we need to thank the fact that they do have an organized league. And from that on itself, it really propelled more women to actually come into the play and turn this thing around instead of being a hobby and becomes a career as well. Because I think that's always been the biggest charge from yesteryear. Because now there was always this in comparison as to the match. That's all I knew by. They can make a career of it, a woman can't. And because they didn't have organized football, now that they do, you can see now also women football also being televised. We're also getting accustomed to players as well, because that's something that we never used to see. We see Banyana play about 100 kids, or like, okay, from where? We never really had an opportunity to watch them. But now there's World Cup, now there's AFCON that needs to be played. And there's women also, they do have role models that are not male footballers. They've got role models that are female footballers, and that helps a lot. And I guess from there on, it started a couple pushy, and I think now it's time for us to see as all these other ones that are playing right now, how then are they going to pass the torch and actually help this game to become more popular?
I actually had a conversation with Mama Zinhle.
Yeah.
So apparently Zinhle actually wanted to give up in this football thing.
Oh, crazy.
Yeah, so the nomination Lena with Simfaga class of 2025
Wow.
I mean, we need Gauteng Development League under 17 ladies, why winner, VW tournament yakona, why win. So sishuthini manje ukuthi Lena is signing ukuthi give up.
Joshua Taylor, we don't necessarily cover the Western Cape, but we saw him once. And we actually gave him a nickname, Taylor Swift.
That name came from Tyler moving so swiftly. I'm going to give him for the very first time. I mean, this guy, he's got the level of maturity you can't see in modern football more often. So, I mean, we only saw him once, and Babu about a first impression, last. So imagine you haven't seen him for the whole year, only seeing him once. And when he plays, you can see what he means. I mean, winning Mola play of the tournament, it meant a lot for him. He's even in the national team right now. So you can tell he's a player who is maturing very quick and he's very comfortable on the ball. He's got the eye for goal. He's got the eye for those defense splitting passes. I mean, come on.
We could only choose 5. As you know, our football team has 11 players, but let's remind you, Thiago Khan, Oguhle Sithole, Zinhle Mkhize, Oakeng Lebesane, and not forgetting Taylor Swift. Joshua Taylor. Those are our selection for the class of 2025.
Thank you, Itimuleng Banda and her handsome panel for all that football insight.
How crazy was that we had Teko Modise?
I know.
Anyway, that brings us to the end of the first episode. But be sure that in episode 2, there will be more exciting guests coming along. But for now, it's goodbye.